Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to our channel today. It's good to have you. Welcome back to all of our subscribers. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us for the very first time, hey, welcome as well. And if you would, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting the like button, consider becoming a member. And to learn more about me, learn more about my company and how we can take your gym to that next level, be sure to check out the various links below. Now, with that said, let's get into our topic today. And it's 10 secrets to running a successful gym business. 10 secrets to running a successful gym business. So if you're operating right now, if you're considering getting into the business, if you've just gotten into the business, listen up. I want to give you 10 things that can make a dramatic impact on your long-term success, or even help you turn the corner, if you're struggling a little bit right now. And so number one, be persistent. Get up every day and do it. Okay, get up every day and do it. Persistent. Kind of in the negotiating thing and the selling thing and all the things that kind of that entails. One of the things we talk about a lot, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. Okay, so be persistent. Stay after this, in training staff and doing marketing, get up and do it. And one of the things that really helps with this, I think, is understand our powerful why, understand why we are doing this. Why is this important to us? It's that same question we ask our customer. They come in, they want to lose 20 pounds, great. And Mary, tell me, why is that important to you? Mary, how's that going to change your life if you're able to do that? We'd ask the same question of you, if you're running an operation, if you own an operation, why is this important to you? That will help you stay persistent. That will help you stay after this, okay? So stay focused on that, stay persistent, okay? Number two, we're always looking to create opportunities. One of the things you want to be on the lookout for is, where is there an opportunity? Where is there an opportunity to get better? Because every day we want to get just a little bit better, okay? And I know with clubs that we look at, when I'm asked to evaluate something, for a buy sell, or evaluate something, for a turnaround, or even start to look at something for a new gym startup, we're always looking at, hey, where's there opportunities? Okay, so you want to get in the habit of always looking. And one of the things about opportunities, let's get everybody in that mindset if we can. We want everyone looking at that, and part of the secret to that is creating what I would call a safe environment. There's no bad idea. Let's look at everything, okay? So we want to create opportunity. I'll give you one here that can really create an opportunity for you, is if you're in business or you're getting ready to get in business, you get your website set up, have a chat box on there, but make the chat box Facebook Messenger, because virtually everybody has Facebook. It's absolutely free, and we've had clubs increase their customer interaction by 4 or 5 people per day just by using that, okay? It's one way to create more opportunities. So get in that mindset. We're always looking to create more opportunities, okay? Number 3, we want to understand the business know-how. We want to understand the business know-how. Many folks that get in the business, they come at it from a fitness background, okay, which is good, okay, but we need to understand the business know-how. One of the things that I commonly see, that maybe the biggest failure, if you will, is it's a failure to really understand and properly implement sales and marketing. And so all that goes into that, make sure we understand the business know-how. Make sure that we are getting an education on that. I know when we work with, certainly with new club startups, this is a real focal point because they're brand new. And we go through that business planning portion, but it's as much educational as it is business planning, because we want you to know not only here's how you're going to do it, but here's why you're going to do it. Okay, but understand the business know-how. Become an expert on this. Number 4, and this is kind of in the overall sense, you want to go from the unknown to the known. And part of what I like to talk about here is you need to know what you don't know. And one of the things I want to suggest for you is, seek answers and seek advice. You're always asking, seek answers and seek advice. And one of my favorite sayings on this, if you don't know where you're going, ask somebody who's been there. And this can be industry consultants, this can be attorneys, this can be folks in the accounting part of it. But you want to find folks that have been there, done that, okay, and ask questions, seek advice. Okay, you want to go from the unknown to the known. You want to now know what you don't know. Because one of the problems is, and I get folks that they'll say this to me when they first call, Jim, I need to know what I don't know. Okay, help me with that. Okay, so unknown to known. Okay, next on our list, for secrets to success, is you want to have the right network and you want to use your contacts. Okay. Now, the first thing I like to talk about here is kind of what I would call your power base. And your power base, usually it's everybody's in your phone, people that you know, people that know you, they want you to be successful, they trust you, all those kind of things. Use your contacts, okay, to network. Get involved in networking events and networking meetings, okay. Go to a site like meetup.com. It's a great way to locate those in your local community. Start participating and start to grow that network. But get your network in place, because what you're looking for is referrals, you're looking for advice, you're looking for answers, and the more you can grow that network, the better. And that's a powerful thing. And one of the things that I talk about all the time when we give referrals and we're doing that, it's number one in my list, my criteria is the character of the person, and then it's the company. Okay, it's not the company first, it's the character of the person. And so when we're networking, we're talking with contacts, that's going to be first and foremost for us. Number 6, secrets to successful gym businesses: know when to quit. Now here's what I mean. I'm not talking close shop necessarily, okay, but know when to quit. And I'll give you an example. I'll use the turnaround situation, because going in and doing gym turnarounds, that really offers a lot of benefit to new club startups, to sales training, to a host of things, because I get a chance to see what's working, what's not working. And when I get into a turnaround situation, we need to conserve cash flow, we need to get money in the bank, we need to go where the action is, so to speak. And if we've got programs that are not producing, or we've got people that are not producing, we need to make those hard decisions and stop those programs right now. And so everything has to stand on its own merit. Everything has to produce. And when I say know when to quit, it's like I did a seminar one time. It was turning our cost centers into profit centers. And cost centers are things like group exercise, childcare, front desk, these things that typically cost, and they're kind of being underwritten by the member dues line. And we changed all that, and everything had to stand on its own. Here's what it costs to run it. Here's the revenue we need to bring in to make it work. And if it didn't work, there'd have to be changes. We wouldn't have an option to, because it had to produce. So know when to quit. And one of the secrets to that is really know your numbers and know exactly where you're at. And, give it 100% effort. But at some point, we have to know when, hey, we can't keep feeding that thing. Okay. Number 7, research your service providers well. Okay. Service providers, your billing company. Who's going to handle your CRM? Who's going to handle your insurance? Who's going to handle your music? Really research this well. Know what you're looking for. I know that what I like to see is I like good responsive customer service. We like a platform that's going to fit what I'm doing. I mean, sometimes on these things, maybe you buy too much. Sometimes you don't get enough. And this will get back to your network and your contacts and researching, hey, what do you like best about it? What do you like least? And, one of the common questions that I ask folks is when we're kind of talking about, service providers and you're asking for references, usually we ask, hey, can you give me 3 references? But, maybe also, ask them this, people that don't use your services, what's typically the reason they don't? Is it cost? Is we're providing more than what's needed? Find out what that reason is. Okay, but research your service provider as well. The last thing you want to be doing is changing those folks and going through all the changes that kind of thing requires. Number 8, on my list is you want to understand your customers, and you want to provide what I would call an irresistible value proposition. Understand your customers. Who is your customer? You can't be all things to all people. Are you catering to young athletes? Are you catering to that first-time exerciser? Who's your customer, and what's this irresistible value proposition? What do you offer? What are you doing better than anybody else? Differentiation, as you guys have heard me call it many times. But what are we doing better than anybody else? Okay, but make sure we know what is that value proposition. What are we doing? And we can think, I'm sure you can think right now of a lot of companies that, when you think of, okay, here's a company, here's a company, here's a company, you immediately think, oh yeah, here's what they're doing. Oh yeah, here's what they're doing. And you might not even be a customer, but And that's kind of what you're looking to establish here, in your community and with your client base. Number 9, know your numbers. Know your numbers and know your tipping points. And what I'm referring to here is know your key performance indicators. Where do we need to be? Okay, I'll give you a good example. When I had my clubs, and I'd walk in my office every day, and my assistant, she'd hand me a clipboard, and it had the breakdown of everything, of every club. Okay, here's how many inquiries we got, and here's not only for that day, but also month to date, and here's what we're projecting. And so here's how many we had, here's how many we set, here's how many we came in, here's how many that bought, here's how many referrals that we got. I knew all my numbers, and I knew them every day, and I would make decisions on that because I would know my tipping point. Because if I wasn't getting a certain number, I knew I was going to have a problem here, and I needed to make a change on that. What is it? More sales training? Is the marketing not working? I need to really analyze that. So I had to know my numbers. Make sure you know them. Do you know what your monthly attrition is? It's one of my favorite questions because it's one that doesn't always get answered. Well, I don't know. I don't know what my monthly attrition is. It's hard to get those numbers. Okay, let's go back to, research your service providers. It should not be hard to get those numbers. Know what it is. Do you know what your monthly attrition is? How do you fix it if you don't know the number? So know the numbers, know your tipping point on those numbers, make decisions every day on it. Don't just take it as information and keep on rolling. And then last on my list, and kind of along the same line, but know your cost base. Make sure you've got a budget set up. Okay, you've got a budget on, hey, here's what it's going to cost to run this, and here's how we're going to generate these revenues, to get the kind of margins that we need. Have that budget, but this is not a budget you set up and you just file away. This is something you work on every single day, because if your revenue numbers are down, say they're down 10%, we need to make adjustments in that expense budget, to compensate for that. Just because it allocates, hey, we can spend $1 here, but if we're not generating up here what we said we were, we need to adjust down here. So, know your cost base, know what it's costing you to do this. And if you're new, if you're opening up a new gym, okay, one of the things that I tell all new gym owners when I'm talking to them when they're first getting started, one of my first goals is I want to help you sleep well at night. And what we don't want to do, this is a fixed cost business, what we don't want to do is get our fixed costs so high it puts such enormous pressure on our sales team to produce that you can't perform, because sometimes there's going to be blips, there's going to be hiccups in this. We want to make sure we can hit those numbers all the time. So know your cost base, know your budgets, manage those budgets, have processes in place to be able to do that. So 10 secrets to running a successful gym business. Take a look at each one of these. Which ones can we do a better job at, to improve the performance of our company? Folks, my name's Jim Thomas. My company's Fitness Management and Consulting. Appreciate you being here at the channel today. And if you've not yet done so, please subscribe, please hit the like button, consider becoming a member, and we look forward to seeing y'all in that next video.